Hi guys! Good evening. Welcome, welcome. How are we all doing today? I missed getting to hang out with you guys last weekend, so I'm happy to be here tonight. Hi Jennifer, hi Angelica, hi Seta, hi Beth. We are gonna work on a couple things tonight. We're gonna finish up this hooded scarf. This is the second of two commissioned scarves, and I'm pretty close to getting this one done. You guys probably saw me working on the pink one. This is the purple one. Oh, it's so pretty. We've been finished with the scarf portion for a while, and now we're working on the hood portion. And the hood portion is 36 rounds, and I'm finishing up round 29 right now, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, this is 29, so I'm finishing up 29, and we just have to get to 36. So, we'll finish this tonight. Hi, Debbie. Aren't the purples just gorgeous? I love it. Hi, Cindy. And then once I finish this, we're going to work on cup cozies. Because I sold 9 of them yesterday at my market, and I'm sending 5 of them to the gift store that my crochet stuff is going to be in now. So I already need to make more, which I guess is a good problem to have. Hello. Okay, so this is round 30. And I probably need to put my phone on silent. Ooh, I just got a notification from YouTube saying that I've hit 10,000 hours of watch time. I'm guessing that's like total for my whole channel. That's pretty wild. Wow. Yes, absolutely. I feel like usually people say it's really quiet, so thank you for letting me know. Is that better? Hi, Mary Jo. I still am gonna have to decide what I want to do with the rest of this yarn too, because I have extra yarn of the purple and of the pink as well. They do make really beautiful hats on the knitting machine. So I could just whip up some hats really easy, but there's also, you know, endless options that I could do as well. Okay, great. Aren't these colors gorgeous? And you know what's funny is, like, I'm not normally a purple person. I don't dislike purple, but it's just like not usually a color that I gravitate toward for yarn or really much of anything. But this is really, really pretty. Ria, hello. Fingerless gloves, maybe. That could be cute. New sub, but I binged all your vlogs in 2 days. You've been putting in some work, Cindy. Well, welcome. I'm glad you have been enjoying them. Ordering food. What are you ordering? I just had leftovers from what we had for lunch. Before I went live, we went to a restaurant called Major Biddle's. Because it's on Biddle Ave. And I had a meatloaf sandwich, and it was so good. So I had half of it, It was really filling, so I had the other half tonight. It was a the bread is like garlic toast, and then it was meatloaf with a spicy ketchup glaze and bacon, and there was caramelized onions on it, but I'm weird about onions. I like a raw crunchy onion on like burgers and stuff, but soft onions for whatever reason is like not my jam, so I left the onions off. And then it also had gravy on it too. It was really good. Just got done eating spaghetti. Hubby cooked tonight. I ate too much. We are making spaghetti tomorrow night. You can always make a scrap cardigan or sweater with all the scraps. That's true. Actually, like the purple and pink would probably be really cool together. I made fried potatoes and steak. That sounds delightful. Oh, so yes, I did have a market for my hot cocoa bombs yesterday, and it was good. It was my best market so far this season. I did that same event last year, and I did make more money last year than I did this year, but it was still my best event this season so far. So I'm happy with it, even though I didn't quite make as much as I did last year. And like I said, I sold 9 of my travel cups with Cozies, which is great. So between that and the Cozies that I'm taking over to the gift store, I've already gone through 14 Cozies from the ones that I added to my inventory in my latest vlog. And that's why we're going to be making cup Cozies in this live as soon as I finish this hooded scarf. And my vlog that will be uploaded this next week is going to be all about making inventory for the shop. So making items, pricing, tagging, taking them over to the store, and hopefully I'll be able to get either a video or some pictures of how everything looks finalized when it's all set up in the shop display, so I can share it with you guys. I haven't gotten that far yet because I haven't actually taken my items over, but I think either tomorrow or Tuesday I should be able to take everything over and actually drop it off. So I'm very excited to share that with you guys this week. The scarf is almost done. Yes, I am on round 30 of 36. So we're getting pretty close. Well, you know what, Nicole? I need to do the math because I haven't made 60 total yet. Like that's what I want to make for the whole season, is I wanted to have 60 cup cozies total. And obviously I've already like made and sold some of that 60, but I haven't gotten to 60 total yet. But I'm going to have a little bit of a hard time doing the math because I got to figure out how many, well, I guess I already did that in the vlog. I figured out how many I had sold and how many I had made before the ones I made in the vlog. And then I need to add that total up and see what the difference is. And I guess I got to take out the 5 that I'm taking over to the shop because that doesn't really count toward the markets. There's a lot of math going on. And unfortunately, math is not my strong suit, but I'm sure we can figure it out one way or another. No, oh gosh, could you imagine? If I could crochet 60 of those in one day, I'd be on a whole different level. 60 is the total that I needed to make, like, for the season. But I only was able to crochet, well, I guess I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't been able to watch yet, but needless to say, I did not get to 60. All right, starting on round 31 now, after I get a sip of coffee. So, are you guys crocheting anything tonight? I'd love to know what you're working on. Even if you're not crocheting at the moment, I'd love to know if you've got a whip that you're focused on at the moment. I don't have a whole lot of whips going. This is really the only whip, this scarf. Because the cup cozies, they're not really whips, you know? It's like I start it and I finish it pretty much in one sitting. So I don't think those even really count. That video was great. Thank you. Yeah, I did have some that were like mostly done, but even that added up with the ones that I crocheted in the video, I still didn't I still didn't quite get to 60. More scrunchies. Working on a one color stitch sampler blanket. Oh, that's fun. Making a Harry Potter house scarf. Fun. I have quite a few custom orders to work on tomorrow. I had a little bit of an influx of orders from my website this week, more than usual, which I guess makes sense as we're getting closer to Christmas. People need stuff either for gifts or for holiday markets. But I am gonna pretty much be spending the entire day tomorrow working on getting custom orders made. And I think I'm gonna make that into a vlog too. Like, you know, come with me for a realistic full day of making orders for my fiber artist friends, you know? So I think that will end up being its own little vlog. Well, it probably won't be little. It'll probably be another long one because there will be a lot of there will be a lot of content within that day making all the custom orders. And it's a pretty good variety of stuff too, so I think it'll be fun to see all the different stuff that I make. Oh my goodness! Neosoul, thank you for joining the nest! You get a cool little badge next to your name, and you'll also be in the end credits of all my videos now. If anybody else is wanting to get the same fun perks, please feel free to do so. I really, really appreciate it. I have about 40 whips that I'm trying to work through, crochet and knit stuff, and I'm trying not to start something else. Just seems like every time I finish a whip, I start a new project, and I really need to stop doing that. I think it would be the most satisfying thing ever to like narrow down that whip pile a little bit. I won't say I understand the urge to like start a new project. Well, I do understand the excitement of a new project for sure, but my brain does not, and I'm the weird one out because a lot of people function that way where it's like you kind of get bored of the one thing and it's like, ooh, shiny, and you want to start a new project. But my brain is like, I can't handle more than a few projects or else I get freaked out. Good evening, Holland. Holland just got back from a multi-day event, a Comic-Con, selling her crochet. And she made a big Gary the snail from SpongeBob. And he sold. Was it like right at the very end of your event, Holland, that he finally sold? Dang, I can't do both accounts here. I'm surrounded by whips. Hey, 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 from the UK. Nearing 1 a.m. here. I should be in bed. I currently just have one whip. How did that happen? I don't know, but I'm proud of you. Also, 1 a.m., it couldn't be me. If I'm awake at 1 a.m., it's because I really can't fall asleep for some reason. I feel like I used to be a night owl, but not anymore, you guys. Not anymore. In the last half hour. Oh, that's always such an exciting feeling when you get that, like, big sale or the thing you've been really wanting to get rid of and you finally get rid of it toward the end. It's like, yes! Such a good feeling. I start a new project every time I think of something new. That's why I'm kind of working on 4 projects at the same time. I work a few hours on each. Now, I will say I totally understand the value in having multiple projects that you can bounce between, because sometimes your brain needs a break from one project to the next, you know? It can get a little overwhelming or boring to work on one thing for too much time, and you need to be able to pick up something else. So I totally get that. I totally get that. It makes sense for big things to sell at the end of a convention, yeah, because otherwise most people have to walk around with it, and that's not fun. It's so true. You're definitely right about that. Working on my one whip. Trust me, I'm freaked out because I'm sitting here thinking, how long is it going to take me to finish all these? I just need to get them all together in a pile and pick one, finish it, pick another. And it sounds so simple in writing, right? Like in theory, it's like, okay, I'll just pick one up and I'll just do it till I finish it. But then reality is usually not that simple, unfortunately. But I wish you the best in your whip finishing endeavors. I believe in you. You can do it. All my best crafting is done in the wee hours of the night morning. Bedtime is 3 to 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. I would be, like, the person you see before you now would not be the person that you would be encountering if I was going to bed at 3 or 4 a.m. I would be a gremlin. It would not be good. Holland, have you seen the memes of the little kitten that's named Gary? And it's like, Gary knows you were hungry and brought you some chicken tenders. Say thank you to Gary. And all the comments are like, thank you, Gary. Now, Holland, you can say, thank you, Gary. I took a nap earlier today. I was debating if I wanted to take a nap. I think I could have, but I wanted to get some crocheting done and some vlog filming done. I did lay down in my bed and the kitties were kind of snuggling with me, and I just like scrolled on my phone for a little bit, it was restful. I just didn't actually like go to sleep, which is honestly probably a good thing, because usually on Sundays if I fall asleep and I take a nap, it's not going to be like a 20-minute situation. Like I'm going to commit, and it's going to be a few hours. And then you're like in that post-nap fog where you're like, what year is it? And I just didn't really need to do all that today. I can never go to sleep before 1:30. Oh my goodness. Especially with the time change and it getting dark outside so early now. I feel like I could get in bed right now, you guys. It's 7:41 here, and I feel like I could get in bed, and I don't think I'd fall asleep yet, but I would be totally fine with being like, okay, bedtime now. And Michael's the same way. Like, we get in bed by 10 o'clock, sometimes earlier, just depending on how we're feeling. And we're usually like putting away the phones and going to sleep by 10:30. And that makes me feel boring. And maybe I am, but that's what works for me. Hubby works third shift, so I can stay up late. You know what? I totally get that. If Michael was out late, because that's the one exception. If I stay up late is if Michael's gone for something and he's not getting home until late. I feel like I can't fully relax and fall asleep and be like totally comfy until he's home. So if he was out working late and didn't get home till late, I could see myself not really settling in until he was home. I haven't, but I am grateful for Gary. I was telling everyone he wasn't coming home with me. Before I turned 30, I could never nap. Now, while in my 30s, I love naps. Michael can't nap. The only time he takes a nap is if he's sick. Like, if he lays down and falls asleep during the day, I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? You gotta be sick, because he doesn't nap, like, ever. I can't nap. If I nap, I won't sleep at night. I guess I just really like sleep, you guys, because I can nap with the best of them, and then I can also be like, all right, time to go to bed, and then I'll sleep some more. My body really loves sleep. If I'm sick, if I'm not feeling well, I feel like going to sleep and getting good sleep does more for me than like medicine or any other remedies does. Like, sleep is the best for me. And it's also the worst if I don't get it. Like, if I am deprived of the amount of sleep that I need, like I said, I become a different person, and it's not good. All right, that was round 31. Right? Yes. 32. Same, I can't nap or else I won't go to sleep, or it will turn into me going to sleep and being up wee hours in the morning. I love sleep. I just can't get enough of it, unfortunately. And that is unfortunate. I'm sorry for that. Don't wait for hubby to come home to go to sleep. I'm waking up when he's going to bed. Woof. That would be rough. On the topic of sleep, I am going to, I'm going to attempt to sleep in tomorrow morning. I do feel like since Michael and I have been on a pretty good routine of going to bed at a similar time and going to bed at a decent time, I definitely have a much easier time waking up early in the morning than I used to. I used to really, really struggle with getting up at a decent time in the morning. It was just really hard for me to wake up and get out of bed at a good time. But lately, even if I'm not setting an alarm and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep in, I'm usually awake sometime around 7 or 7:30, which I know for some people it's like, oh, you think 7 is early? I'm up at 3:30 a.m. I get it, okay? I get it. You're better than me. You're more productive than me, or whatever. For me, waking up at 7 or 7:30 without an alarm, for me, is impressive, because that used to definitely not be the case. If I didn't set an alarm, I wasn't waking up until like 9 o'clock. So, I will attempt to sleep in tomorrow, because it's one of the few days out of the week that I can. But I will probably wake up around the same time as I normally do. But it's just nice to not have to have an alarm set, you know? Even if you don't necessarily sleep longer, it's just nice to not have to wake up to an alarm. Oh, this is exactly where you are on your scarf too? Have widespread fibromyalgia, sleep issues is part of it. I can't sleep more than 6 hours. My body doesn't let me. It sucks. Oh, that does suck. I'm sorry, Mary Jo. Nap once or twice a day, 2 to 3 hours at a time due to my meds. Okay. You're a napping expert. As you age, your body naturally wakes you up earlier, no matter what time to go to sleep or wake. It's true. Although I will say, if I get in a habit of going to sleep later, and I get out of my little routine, I do sleep later. So I think, like, the age thing is definitely part of it. But I do think that us having a more consistent schedule of like a bedtime has been really helpful. And also, you know what else I've noticed helps me too, you guys, is the fact that I get to do what I love. It's way easier to get out of bed when you're like excited to get your day started and get to work. And that hasn't always been the case That hasn't always been the case in my life. And I'm very grateful for that, because I know that's not everyone's reality. But I think that plays a role in it as well. I was gone to not be able to answer stuff. I'm one whip at a time girly and also not a napper. Angelica, you and I, we're rare breeds. The one whip at a time people. In the world of crochet. And probably also knit, I assume. Oh, thanks, Jennifer, for that little shout out. If my fibro is acting up, it triggers my insomnia, and that's not good for sometimes. Keeps me up for days. Oh my goodness. Ugh, I would be a wreck. I'm in my mid-40s and my body has no idea what it's doing. Oh. I care for my 3-year-old niece with Down syndrome. I go to bed at night when she goes because she's up by 7 and keeps me on my toes. Oh. I love my job, but I still don't like it. I mean, there are some days where I don't like certain aspects of things either, but for the most part, I'm usually pretty excited to get to work. Kindred spirits, you and I. Yes. Might be an ADD thing with all the whips. That's, you know, and I think it's like the chicken or the egg scenario. Like, are crafters more likely to have ADD or ADHD? Or if you have ADD or ADHD, are you more drawn to crafty hobbies and stuff, you know? So I don't know which one is which, but I do think there's definitely some overlap where like a lot of people who do like crochet and knit and like artsy craftsy stuff, I feel like there's a higher representation of ADD and ADHD in our community. And it makes sense because I definitely don't have those things going on. So it makes sense that I don't necessarily lean towards some of the tendencies that I feel like a lot of my crafting friends have. Not that one is necessarily better or worse, it's just different. If I sleep anything like my mom does, yeah, I'll be having a hard time. I've gotten better about not having so many whips going on at one time, but right now I only have 2. I'm making my first crochet sweater. This is taking forever, and I'm working on a beanie. You know what, though? I think that that's the right approach, and that's generally the approach that I have, is I like to have one project that's like a bigger one that takes a long time. And then I like to have something that's a little smaller, a little quicker, because sometimes you just need something that's small. You need something that's a little bit of a break from like your big, longer lasting project. And that's generally what I have going on. I don't have many whips right now because of the busy season that I'm in. And once I finish this one, the only projects we're working on for at least a little bit are going to be projects that I can reasonably complete in one sitting. So they're not even really whips because it's like not even something that I'm going to set down and pick back up. I'm going to start it and finish it in one go. So that's mostly cup cozies. But let's see. Do you guys want to see a little vlog sneak peek? Do you guys want to see something that I was just working on before I went live that's going to be in the vlog this upcoming week? Because it's another really quick little short project that I'm planning on making I'm planning on making at least one more of. And it's not a long project, it's a quick one. We won't comment on my sleep habits or lack thereof. Yeah. I have way too many whips, but I just don't want to do most of them. Okay, do you guys get to a point where if you have a bunch of whips, do you decide to just frog some of them, or does it just stay in a pile? Because I think if I had too many whips, I would get to the point where I'd get so frustrated that I would just start frogging stuff. But that's just me. I have ADD and I'm 50. I'm all over the place, just a hot mess. Hot mess explains most things right now. I have 15 towel top things that just need buttons sewn on, but I don't want to mess with them. That's the realist. That's the realist thing. Is like, I just need to do this one last thing and then they're done. But I don't want to do the one last thing because it's too much of a thing. That gets me tripped up. I can't have more than one whip at a time unless one is a blanket and the other is something quick. Yeah, I like that method. Have you decided what you are planning on doing once coffee bomb season is done? Like what crochet things? I have so many things. So many things planned. And yes, Ria is correct, Jamie. I am doing the Wild Oleander Hooded Scarf by Wickedly Handmade. I have whips from 15 years ago. Oh my goodness. That is impressive. A lot of the... So... There's a few kind of like big overarching projects, Ria, that I really want to finish soon when the new year starts. One of them is the mandala wall gallery project of my crochet mandalas for my living room. That's a big one. I want to finish that. Did I hit the button already? I don't think I did. Wait, did I? Hold on. I gotta count. Okay. Hello.
What did you have?
I had the sandwich, the half a sandwich from lunch.
And your rangoons?
I did not have my rangoons. I'll probably have them either before I go to bed or tomorrow.
I'm gonna eat the fried rice and sweet sour chicken. I don't know that I'll eat all of it, but...
Thanks for the update.
Just let me know.
It's okay. Thank you. Okay, sorry. Let's see. Checked earlier, then got busy, forgot to come back again. I have the worst luck catching your lives, but hi everyone, I'm here now. That's alright, Amy. We haven't been going for too long, so. Fingering weight 5-row granny squares for a blanket. Will I ever work on it again? Probably not. Will I frog it? No. Oh, goodness. So yeah, the mandala gallery wall is one project that I really want to do. I have several plans for a little front porch crochet makeover for the spring that I really want to work on. I want to start working my way through the retro crochet clothing book that I have not touched yet. So that's a thing. So those are kind of the three big, like, it's not one single project, it's kind of this overarching series of projects that I want to make. And those are the three that immediately come to mind. But the mandala wall is going to be like the first thing we focus on in the new year, because I'm sick of having a blank wall in my living room and I want to get those mandalas finished and put up. Ooh. Some fibers just went like right into my nose. I finish all my whips, but sometimes in the middle of my whips, I'll make some scrunchies or beanies because it's 1 hour or less and I'll feel better. Then go back to the bigger projects. I like it. Okay. Yeah, so those are some of the projects that I'm planning on focusing on. In between now and then, I do have a list of Christmas presents that I would like to make. Is my list overly ambitious? Yes. Yes, it is. Am I going to try my best to do them all anyway? Yes. Yes, I am. And in the next few vlogs, we're going to start to focus on crocheting Christmas presents for my family. And I'm excited. Because I pretty much have everything decided. Patterns and things that I want to make. It's just a matter of finding the time to make them now, which is the way harder part at this time of year for me, but we're gonna do our best. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, this is a commission piece that somebody ordered, and it's funny because I'm not normally a person who would reach for purple yarn, but this is what the customer asked for, and it's actually really gorgeous, and I really love it. "39 days till Christmas." What I need to do is I need to like lay out all of the things that I want to make and then map it out and figure out like, okay, if I want to get this all done, here's like the timetable I would need to follow, and then go from there. Figure out like what maybe needs to come off the list that's not doable, and get a little bit better idea of like, okay, if I can finish this by this date, then I could move on to this, and like just see if I could kind of have a little bit of a game plan, because I feel like in order to be successful, I will need a game plan. Just started my mom's Christmas blanket back in June and finished it in September. Oh, that's nice. That's good. You got it done with time to spare. Just started my mom's Christmas present today. I'm making her some double thick pot holders. Nice. I have patterns on my list for my mom, for my husband, for my sister, and for my niece and my nephew. I don't think I'm going to crochet anything for my dad because I don't really know what I would crochet for him. I'm sure I could find something, but like, if there's anybody on the list who will not be offended if I don't crochet them something, it's going to be my dad. Like, he won't care. I'll give him some hot cocoa bombs. He'll be just as happy with that. My son asked me to make a bouquet sunflower blanket for his girlfriend for Christmas. I told him he better not wait until a week before Christmas to get the yarn. Yes, exactly. Crochet do hard this weekend. Working on the hexagon granny cardigans for 3 of my granddaughters. My arm shoulder's killing me tonight, so I have to take a break. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but good on you for taking a break. Just need to crochet 2 pairs of slippers for my grandmother. Oh, that's very sweet. Did you find the car organizer thing for your mom? I haven't. But she has sent me several things. And there's one item specifically that I am planning on making her that's not a car organizer that she seemed more excited about. So I still need to see if I can find a good pattern for that, because I would like to make her one, but I'm surprised that there aren't more patterns out there. But man, there's so many AI ones. Yes, I can. Also need to crochet something for 4 grandsons, aged 12 to 16. Boys are so hard. Yeah. True dat, true dat. And it's, you know, it's funny, like, I don't know if you guys experience this too. When people know that, you know, friends and family who don't crochet themselves, but they know that you're a crocheter, when they come across something on like Facebook or whatever that's crochet, especially if it's like some kind of thing that's going very viral in the crochet world, sometimes you'll get the same pattern or like project idea sent to you multiple times because it's like really blowing up and really, you know, having a moment where it kind of breaks outside of just the crochet world and everybody starts seeing it. And the current thing that seems to be having its moment is those AI cat crochet patterns. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's not crocheting like a plushy cat. It's like a flat, looks like the face of a cat, and it has a like crochet chart next to it, but it's just like gibberish. It's not even real. I've had that sent to me multiple times in various forums. Because they know I love crochet and they know I love cats, and they're like, "Oh, you need to make this," and I'm like, "Unfortunately, it is not real." Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like the chart thing is, I think what they're hoping is that it adds this layer of credibility. Like, it looks real because, look, there's a chart. But the chart's not real. Need to start my crochet gifts for my family. I was going to wait until I finished my sweater, but I just finished the back panel and only started the ribbing of the back panel. Sounds like you need to employ the working on one big whip and something else at the same time. Who can read a chart anyway? I started trying to teach myself a little bit, but I haven't gotten very far yet. But even I know enough about charts to look at those charts and be like, yeah, that's not real. That's gibberish. Aside from Kim. I'm worried about buying patterns these days. Who's to say they're real or not? I know. And it's crazy because it's just getting harder and harder to tell for sure. I think, you know, more and more it's important to look at reviews of stuff, but there's not always reviews, you know? If it's a newer pattern or the seller hasn't sold a lot, like, there's not always reviews that you can read and trust, so it's just hard. Tried to remake it. I almost have it, but it's not small or cute. Yeah, I saw somebody else that posted their attempt at, like, making it into a actual pattern. And theirs look pretty good. Or who remembers the era where there were just so many posts of the AI photos of grandmas standing next to crocheted, like, military tanks and sports cars and stuff, these giant crocheted vehicles, and it was like... and those were really obvious. Like, if you had any kind of eye for what real, like, actual crochet looks like. I mean, and the grandmas had, like, 6 fingers and stuff. Like, if you looked at it for more than 2 seconds, you could see that it wasn't real. But I had so many of those sent to me. Like, oh, look, you should make this. Or, you know, look at this. This is so impressive. And I'm like, it's not real. It's not real. That's true. They can fake reviews too. Oh, man. It's getting rough out there, guys. It's getting rough out there. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely an age factor to it as well. I don't know. I don't use Ravelry a whole lot. I use it sometimes, but not a whole lot. So I don't know what kind of, like, systems they may or may not have in place over there to hopefully prevent or get rid of it. I don't know. I got sent that so many times. I started saying I don't have enough time. Yeah. Like, that's nice, sweetie. That's very cool. Be right back. No problem. I'm looking forward to this next weekend because it's kind of a little tiny bit of respite in the craziness of this season. I have a market every weekend until Christmas. And we've already talked about that in vlogs multiple times, but the market, my market, quote unquote, this weekend is not going and setting up somewhere. It's something that I do once a year, and I'm doing my holiday open house. So I'm literally setting up my display and my stuff here at my house. And I do it as like a friends and family open house style shopping thing here at the house, and I'm gonna do it Saturday and Sunday. And I have coffee, available for everyone, and it's just like a hey, come and you can just do your shopping for whoever you want to get hot cocoa bombs and stuff for, and you can come in, get what you need, and leave, or you can grab a cup of coffee and hang out and sit on the couch and talk for a while. Like it's very laid back and informal, and it's a much more chill weekend for me because I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't have to unload and load up and do a big, setup, and I certainly don't have to pay to set up because it's my own home. And I don't have to worry about, whatever the rules of the venue or the weather or any of that stuff. I can just set everything up in my own house, and it's really chill. So I'm looking forward to this weekend because it's coming at a good time. I've had a few weekend markets in a row that have been either like a farther drive or big events where I have a lot of prep to do beforehand, and I've got more of those on the docket. But like, this is a good kind of halfway point thing where this weekend I still have something going on, but it's a little more chill. It's a little more of a break. So I'm looking forward to that this weekend. I get to stay home. Even though I still have something going on, I get to stay home. And you know what? I'll probably get a lot of crochet time in when I'm in between, like, people coming over and shopping. Or if they're just staying and chatting, like, I'm gonna sit and crochet. It's gonna be great. I need to do some crocheting, so I'm putting down my phone. I'm going to be silent while watching on my TV. Sounds good. Sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Not a terrible amount. We've just been chatting about whips and the AI landscape hell of crochet patterns. And I'm finishing up this hooded scarf. And then we're going to work on cup cozies. And we've been talking about markets and Christmas presents and stuff like that. But also, welcome. That would be perfect for next year. Do your Promise Live week and then your open house. Yeah, I guess it would depend on how many I could make. Have any of y'all watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? I watched a couple episodes. Not for me personally. I think so. I was expecting it to be like a documentary style, and then when it was like drama reality TV, I was like, yeah, I'm out. I just don't enjoy that genre of show personally. Can't follow patterns between my ADD and dyslexia. I get so confused. I tell everyone, don't send me patterns. So now I just get pictures and they're like, can you make this? I am impressed by that. When somebody can see something and then just do it freehand, I'm the total opposite. I'm absolutely lost without a pattern. But I really love that there's space for both ends of the spectrum and everyone in between in the world of crochet. Like, you don't have to be proficient at reading patterns, and you don't have to be proficient at freehanding. There's space for everyone. I love it. Don't get me started on the AI. Do you get a lot of people show up to your open house? Not a ton. It's not usually a huge event for me. But it's a really nice way for me to offer like a low-key thing for friends and family. And it's a good way for me, like, in previous years when I was doing hot cocoa bombs, I would try my best to like really, really fill my calendar with events so that I could, you know, maximize my earning potential in this small window where I do hot cocoa bombs. And if there was a weekend where I just couldn't find an event that worked and I couldn't find one that I could get in, I would just do an open house that weekend, because that way I could at least have something going on. And then it kind of became a thing where people sort of came to expect it. And so I did the same thing this year, where this was a weekend that I had open. So planned my little open house. And even though I don't have like crowds of people coming by, the people that do come by, you know they're going to purchase something, like otherwise they wouldn't come. So the people that do come usually make the average transaction is a lot higher for my open house, because they're people who are repeat customers who know me personally, and they're buying for like their whole family or all of their coworkers or all their teachers' gifts for their kids. And so they're purchasing more usually than like a random stranger coming by at a market. So it kind of, you know, is it my most successful day in the season? No, it definitely isn't, but it's worth it. Have you sold your hot cocoa bombs at the Easter market? I live in Michigan too. Oh, nice. I've not. I kind of had it on my... It was kind of on my like bucket list to do Eastern market, but I never could do it. I think a lot of them, they wanted you to do like Sundays, and I'm the music director at my church, so I'm never available on Sunday mornings. So I think that's what the hang up was when I looked into it before, is that it was like a Saturday Sunday thing for the holidays, like this time of year, if I remember correctly. But unfortunately it never worked out for me to do Eastern market. But Michael and I love going to the Eastern market in the warmer months. Like we like to go there on Saturdays and get, you know, our produce and everything. Yes, you know, and we were talking about that too, how like, you know, you tend to feel the need to rely on reviews more because of the AI stuff, but not every shop has a ton of reviews. So I'm sorry that it's affecting you like that. Thank you, not thank you, for getting me hooked on making cozies. Now I can't stop making them because Meg's pattern is amazing and they are so addicting, right? It's such a fun pattern to make. We're in the last few rounds of this hooded scarf here. And then I will be moving on to making more cup cozies, Hannah. Because I mentioned this earlier in the live, but I sold 9 of them at my market yesterday. And I'm sending 5 of them to the flower shop where my stuff is going to be set up. So that's already 14 of them that are gone, at least for purposes of having stock for my markets. So we're already needing to make more. Has anyone ever bought yarn without needing any? I would be surprised if there's anybody that hasn't ever done that. I don't do it a ton, but I can't say I've never done it. Exactly. Buying yarn and using yarn are two different hobbies. Really want to buy the Line Brand Fair Isle yarn, but don't have a specific project for it, and somehow I still really want to buy it. I feel like any winter accessory or clothing piece is great for this yarn. They have on the label showing using it for a hat, using it for a scarf, using it for a sweater, and all three work up so gorgeous with this yarn. In fact, I just ordered some. Have some ideas I want to use them for, but I don't know if I'll stick to those ideas. Well, you'll have to let us know what you end up doing. Do you have a question though? How much would you sell them for by themselves? I would probably land somewhere around $12. That's with the patch added and everything. Like, if it was just the yarn without the patch, you know, I don't know. Different people would price them differently potentially, but 12 is probably what I would end up selling them for. So much yarn. Whoever is members, do I have special emotes about yarn? I think I do. Anybody who's in here who's part of the nest, you have special emotes, by the way. If you didn't know that, you do. And I feel like I have one about yarn. Okay, good to know, Holland. Really want to make a sweater because hats and scarves do not go well with naturally curly hair in a dry area. Okay, yeah, I feel that. I have made hats and scarves with this yarn, but I have not made a sweater yet, and I would like to. I think I'm going back and forth between 10 and 12 with the patch added because they only take me about 25-ish minutes. Yeah. Maybe go with 12 because I feel like that's the in between of like what everyone is, what you're thinking, what I've been doing, what Holland has been doing, and just see how that goes, you know? If you aren't able to move them, maybe you drop it down to 10, or if they're flying off the shelf, then maybe you up it to 14. That's the nice thing, is like you can make adjustments based on the feedback you get. Nothing is set in stone. Or price them for 14 and they're on sale for $12. Always buy yarn without a project in mind, and the more I look at them, inspiration will hit me. I love that your brain works like that. I get like overwhelmed by all of the options at the yarn store if I don't have a specific project in mind. Like if somebody gives me a gift card and they're like, all right, go crazy, buy some yarn. I'm like, oh, there's so much and I don't know what I want and what I'll use it for. I do much better when it's like, okay, I'm going to do this pattern, and so now I need to go get this yarn or this kind of yarn. I think that's what's giving me a hard time is my area is very weird. Some people don't care about price and some are really cheap. Yeah, I get that too. It's always a great time when you get, and sometimes the same day at the same event, people going, oh my gosh, this is such a steal, what a great price, and people going, that's a little high for my price range. Planning on trying to get rid of a lot of inventory. I'll be having some price drops, yeah. It do be like that sometimes. It was hard to send yarn to you without knowing that there was a project it was meant for. I mean, if somebody removes the choice factor and just sends me yarn, I'm always excited about yarn being gifted to me, and I will find something for it. It's when you put all the options in front of me and tell me make a choice, that's when I get overwhelmed. That's what people said about Gary. They didn't know Gary's true worth. They didn't understand. Now I want to make hats or sweaters for myself and have no yarn to make those things. See? There you go. You used it so well. I'm very happy with it. Marking stuff down by pricing them higher with the red slash means they sell faster. Another issue is I only have one Christmas market this year and only one more market in the winter. Okay. Although the nice thing about those patterns, Hannah, is you can totally use them for iced coffee as well. Have you made the iced coffee sleeve version yet, where it's like the full, where it goes from the bottom up, or have you just made the like sleeve version? Because the iced coffee version is very fun to make as well. Not sure if I want to hold them for a year. As long as people aren't rude, I don't really care what they think. There you go. I wish I could be the same way. Not even gonna up the price to slash down. We're just slashing down a couple dollars to push it. Yeah. The bigger version is my favorite. Alright, that was 34, so we're on our second to last row now. I actually have one of my friends has been wanting to get an iced coffee sleeve, and she was looking at one of the, I don't even know what material it is. It's the stuff that they use for the like the actual like the sewn cup koozies that are kind of like that squishy, like water resistant material. You guys know what I'm talking about? There's this one that I guess she's been having her eye on Amazon for the longest time, but it's always sold out. And she was like, I just want something in this kind of color family. And I was like, I don't know if this is what you want. I could crochet you one. Like, I know that's not the same exact thing, but it's the same function. And she was like, oh, that would actually be so pretty. So I have the yarn. I told her about like this yarn that I have, and it matches the vibe of the one that she was looking at on Amazon. So whenever I have a free minute, which is like who knows when, I'm probably gonna make one for her. Gotta be an adult to pay for stuff. Plus I need to make room for my next con. Yep. Don't know why I didn't think I could sell them in the summer. I've made all of them. They're so much fun now. I'm getting nothing else done. Something that I've wanted to do at my markets, and if I was doing crochet markets, I think I would do this. It's not the cup cozies are not the main focus of my hot cocoa bomb booth, obviously, so I just didn't really want to put this much effort into it. But if I was doing a crochet booth and the cup cozies were like a big part of mine, I think I would do this because I think it's fun. Instead of sewing patches on ahead of time, I think I would bring a variety of my different tag designs and then basically do like a build your own cozy situation where you pick the cozy, you pick like what cup you want, and then you get to pick a tag, and then like you put it together for them in that moment. I think that would be really cool. And I think that sometimes that little unique, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but like doing something different like that could be all you need to take people from like, oh, that's cute, to like, oh my gosh, I want to do this thing. I want to like build my own little cozy, you know? I think I'm going to make Western and Highland cow patches for my cozies. Yes! Yeah, it makes it like more of an experience, right? My brain works very different. Not sure if it's good or bad. But if I try to say I'm going to make this with the yarn in the store, when I get home, I'll end up making something different. That's funny. Makes it easier for you because you don't have to worry about if the patch is the right one for that color. True. And you could do that with, you know, several different items. You could do that with beanies, where it's like pick the patch or tag you want on the beanie, and you could even do it with like, you know, if you had the faux fur poms and you were okay with attaching them in that moment, you could let them pick, you know, if they want a pom, and then if they do, what color they want. Like, I just love that kind of like build your own item scenario. I think that that's really fun. A cow collection? That would be cute. When I have to get more tags for my stuff, I'm gonna go to your shop and try your tags. Yay! After hot cocoa season is done, I'll have to converse with you about the new logo and see if it works for patches. Yes. Or even if it doesn't necessarily in its current state, I'm sure we could figure out a version that would. I might do build your own cozies now. If you do, please keep us updated on how that goes, because I'm interested to see what it would look like in real life. I feel like it could be really cool, but I've never tried it in person, in real life. It's only an idea that's been in my brain. Would love that for hats. So many times Kelsey, for instance, makes a hat and then puts a tag on it, and I'm always like, I wouldn't want that color tag. Yeah, it's hard when you're like, that one, no, that one. And I'm sure people will do that to my videos too, because, you know, sometimes in the moment, you got to make a decision of what thing you're going to choose for which thing, and it's not always everyone's choice what they would pick. Gotta make the marshmallow the official face, of course. Yes, you absolutely can, Mary Jo. If you, there's an option when you go into the listing for the custom tags or patches where you can say like what text you want, and you can choose from a few different fonts, and you can also put in there if you have a request for like something. So I'm not a graphic designer, disclaimer, but I can do like basic requests. So if you want, you know, a yarn ball with a crochet hook, or you want hearts or flowers or whatever, like I can do basic stuff. And I'm happy to try and come up with something if there's something specific that you have envisioned. Or if you already have a logo or something, you can always send that over and we can engrave that as well, as long as it's an image that is engravable. Something that's got like a lot of different colors and a lot of detail isn't going to translate to laser engraving well, because there's no colors in laser engraving, obviously. It just engraves what's there. So lots of like detail and shading and color, that all gets lost in laser. So sometimes people will send me a logo and I'm like, this is not really going to work because it's not going to translate well to engraving. But usually we can make some adjustments and edit it in a way that will work. But if you don't have a logo at all and you just kind of have some ideas of what you'd like, I can't make any guarantees that it will be exactly what you're picturing, but I can do my best. All right, guys, we're on the final round. Yeah, that would be easy enough, Mary Jo. So even though I haven't been able to fully participate, like with the prompts and everything, of the Crochet Baes Stash Smash with the Baes, even though I am one of the Baes, and I haven't been able to fully participate yet, I have been doing some stash busting. I've been using up this Big Twist winter yarn with these cup cozies, and that makes me happy. I mean, it both makes me happy and sad. I'm sad because I don't want the Big Twist winter yarn to be gone, because I really love it, and I don't necessarily foresee it coming back. But it feels good to use it up at the same time. Make some more space in my stash. I'm gonna fully use up another one when we're done with this scarf. I've got one on my spindle already that it's possible I may run out of the yarn before it. Well, I have another cake of it, so I'm not gonna totally run out. But I will use up this, the one that's on the spindle, because there's not a ton left. There is just something so satisfying to me about using up the last of a skein of yarn all the way. You've been stash busting too, just not with the prompts. That's fine. There's no real rules, Holland. If you need to buy yarn, buy yarn. The whole point of it is just to use up yarn that you have. It's not necessarily a don't buy yarn, like you're banned from buying yarn. It's just, hey, let's use up however much yarn we can that we already have. That's all right. I'm not going anywhere, Mary Jo, so I'll be ready for you whenever you are. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it feels like it's 11 o'clock at night. It's not quite 9 o'clock. Oh, you guys, I'm going to get this hooded scarf done, and then I can get this order in the mail. Which is perfect, because I'm going to be making all those I have a bunch of custom orders tomorrow to make. And when I send that big batch of orders out, I can send this order out as well. I'm looking for tags that I can, like, you want the image of a bear engraved on the tags? Is that what you're saying, Alexis? Okay. If you have a specific image already that you know that you want engraved, you can always email it to me, and I can let you know if it's, like, if it would engrave well, or if it's just like a basic black and white clip art, then it should be fine. But you can order them as like a, if you go to my custom listing, you can upload a photo, like, this is what I want engraved, this image, and I can make them as a custom order. It's 8:30 for you. At 4:30 I felt like it was bedtime. Yeah man, I feel that. And now I'm gonna be yawning. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny, Rhea. Hey, Hope. I'm doing well. How are you? We are putting the last stitch into this hooded scarf right now. Boom! Okay. We have one end to weave in. I need to wash and dry this to get it nice and relaxed. And then I already have... Did I move it somewhere? I already have a tag with my logo on it. Ready to go on, but I'm gonna wait until it's washed and dried. But so these are my own logo tags. Obviously, I made this as well. So this will go on there when it's all finished. Okay. Would you be able to loop Luke's coffee cup from Gilmore Girls, or would there be copyright issues? So, yes and no. Like, you know, if you submit a custom picture and you order it, really the risk would be on you if you were selling the item more than it would be on me, because it's not something that I would be advertising as like, hey, I'm selling this Gilmore Girls tag, you know. It would be a custom order that I would do. So if you were ordering them and you just wanted them as like to make them for gifts, it really wouldn't be much of an issue. But if you were gonna sell them, then you would be basically assuming the risk if someone were to come after you, because it would be on your finished product. Does that make sense? So I don't necessarily have a problem making something for you, but I would just want you to be informed of like that it could potentially be an issue for you on your end. Good. I'm glad you're doing good. It would just be the silhouette of a bear. Yeah, that would probably be fine. And I could certainly do a generic coffee cup if you weren't concerned about it being the exact coffee cup, you know? Yeah, I have the coffee collection, but they all have words. I don't have any tags that are like just a coffee cup without any little coffee phrases on it. There was a year or so where I was really releasing a lot of collections of like pre-designed stuff on my website. And then once I started doing the subscription boxes, I got so like swamped with that I just did not have time to be creating, designing, promoting, advertising, rolling out new collections. But that's also something that I would like to really get back to in this new year once bombs are done, is some new collections of stuff. And there's two themed collections that I really am making a goal for myself in 2026. One of them is a book themed collection, and the second is a baby collection, stuff for baby items, because that is a huge niche of crochet, and it's kind of crazy that I haven't done any like baby specific stuff yet. Also, I got new embroidery scissors. I was sick of the ones, I had 2 pairs and they both were like so dull. And I found some and I put them in the cart on Amazon, and I just hadn't bought them yet. And Michael saw them in the cart, so he just bought them. He was like, hey, I got you these. And I was like, oh, thanks. Hey guys, this is done. Zoom out a little bit. I know I still can't fully get the whole thing in there, but here's the scarf portion, and then here's the hood. For anybody who has not seen how these look on yet, I will do a little try on real quick. So the beauty of these is that you can wear this as a hood, just like this. Sorry, my messy bun is caught on it. And you can have it where you've got the scarf and then also the hood, or you can wear it down and have it be like a really nice, cozy, bunched up cowl. Either way, super cute, super cozy. And then I like to attach my custom tag hereabouts so that it has my little tag on it. Somewhere around there. But I'm gonna wash and dry it first. So I feel like you really do, if you've never seen it on, it looks way different than when you just see it laid out flat, you know? It doesn't have the same effect. A mom collection, that would be cute. Oh, goodness. There we go. Set that off to the side. That order is done. That feels really good to check that off my list. I'm going to do a bathroom break real quick, and then we are going to do a cup cozy with this very pretty yarn. I don't know if we'll have enough in this cake or if we'll have to grab another one, but I do have another cake of this yarn still. And then we'll see how much more we have energy for before I start to get too sleepy. Ouch. Gosh, I love this necklace, but my hair, for whatever reason, gets caught in the clasp way worse than like normal necklaces. It drives me crazy. It's always pulling on my hairs at the back of my neck. Okay, I will be right back and then we'll get started on cozies. Hello. I'm back. And no live would be complete without a visit from Murdoch. I grabbed her from her napping spot. And I'm gonna pay for it because she's gonna get crazy. I had to bring her to say hi. Are you still a little sleepy? You guys, she's getting so big. She's biting my necklace right now. Why are you biting my necklace? That's not nice. Come here. Casey is. Oh, what a beautiful girl. I have used it a couple times, yes. She's got to be in the mood for it. Oh, she's still sleepy. She said, no thank you. This hook is courtesy of Kim Callis. She has made me several cute hooks over the years. Oh, big yawn. Oh my goodness.
Jingle bells ringing in
Oh,
my ear.
we're taking a bath now.
Jingle
That's
bell, a
nice.
sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is
She is definitely sleepy because she wouldn't normally just chill here like this for this long. But she's waking up now. Okay. I don't want you to eat my necklace though. Thank you for coming and joining us for a minute. I think I will release you back into the wild now. Kim is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. Hey. Please, I don't want you to bite my necklace anymore. I'm trying to get you in a position where I can lift you up. Hi. Show them how big you are. Look how big you are. You're a big girl. Okay, go play. Or go lay back down. You could do that too. That'd be fine. Alrighty, friends. We need to change out our hook for a smaller one. I still need to glue Meg's other space bun that it broke off. And actually there's another little... This one's about to fall off too. I need to glue it back on. I still have it. I think it's in my little hook jar at the bottom of it. Anyway. Oh no.
Carolers are singing outside our door. Lovely songs we all heard before. As we walk
What are you chewing on? What are you chewing on, Miss Girl? Oh, big yawn. A new Mag said.
Merry Christmas Day. Dance around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas. Dance around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas. Dance around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas Day.
Best-selling Christmas patch for the Cozies. It's hard to say. I don't keep track of like sales by the patch, but if I had to guess, I would say the one that gets I will say the one that seems to get the most response vocally, like where people will be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute," is the one that says "proud member of the naughty list." People really like that one. But the Grinch ones are really popular too. I can't sell those ones online because of copyright reasons though. That's weird, Amy. Is that, you sneaky so-and-so! I had leftover bacon on this plate from my leftovers, and she was absconding with my bacon. I heard her chewing on something. She was stealing little bits of bacon. Amy, that's weird. Is anybody else having a similar problem? What device are you watching on, Amy? Is it your phone or TV or computer? Not that that necessarily gives me more information, but she is naughty. I will say I do have my... Well, it's hard. Like, there's so many different levels of volume, right? Because I have the volume level on OBS, which is what I use to stream the live. And then you have the volume on my voice meter thing, which is like basically like my digital soundboard. So there's that, but that shouldn't affect... Sorry guys, I need to look at this a little closer here to see where I'm working into. This doesn't want to go in. Do I already have 30? Hold please. 2, 4, 6, 8. 14, 16. 8. Oh, never mind. I'm good. My laptop. Laptop is normally much more quiet than any other device, unless I wear headphones, so maybe that's why. Interesting. I do feel like laptops, their speakers aren't as powerful usually. But that is annoying if like other people, if other things are fine, but this is quiet. Had to do homework and thought I was going to completely miss the live. Well, you did not, my friend. Oh no. Sorry if I made you yawn. Oh, that's good. Thinking about starting a junk journal for my crochet projects that I keep. Like wearables. Oh, that's cute. I like that idea. No, you're okay. I think that would be really cool. I have not tried junk journaling. I think I do better when I have something like, what's the word I'm looking for? I think the open-endedness of junk journals is like overwhelming to me. Like there's so much that you could do, you know what I mean? And there's like there's no rules to it at all that I feel like I would be like, I don't know what to do. But I like seeing other people's junk journals. I'm sleepy too. Could not stay asleep for anything last night. Tomorrow I have to be up extra early for an appointment before my workday starts. Oh, I hope you get good sleep tonight. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously there's a line, right? Like I don't want people coming into my live and being like, hey, come subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. But I'm not gonna be like, you're not allowed to talk about your channel ever at all. Oh, you guys, I feel lighter having finished that purple scarf. I'm gonna be really happy to get that order out in the mail. I used to be big into scrapbooking as a kid and teenager. I actually have several of my scrapbooks in my closet in this room from when I was a kid. I have to force myself to go to bed at a decent hour on Sunday night because I don't want my weekend to end. That's true. But tonight I think, or at least hope, I will be tired enough. Well, I'm praying you get some good quality sleep tonight. Isn't it the worst when, like, you know you have to be up early for something, and so you know that you need to sleep more because of it, but because you have a thing early in the morning, your brain is, like, worried about the thing in the morning, and so you don't sleep, and you're like, this is counterproductive, brain. I feel so much better after finishing my mom's granny square cardigan that had over 500 ends to weave in. Oh my goodness. I can only imagine how amazing that felt to finish that project. I would love to see all your scrapbooks, Kim. I bet you have so many lovely pages of things. Because, I mean, you had access to all the good stuff, right? With your craft store. Literally me every Saturday night before church, especially before markets. The night before a trip or something, for sure. Yeah, I bet. Aw, yeah. What was it called, Kim? Frogs, pickles, and turtles, and now I can't think of anything else. Dinosaurs? That's the first thing that came to my mind. Lizards? All about scrapbooks. I would have been all about your store. Weebies is a good one. Weeby the alien. If I didn't think that people would get very upset with me, I might just do that, Hannah. I'm back. Welcome back, Seta. Can you guys hear Michael downstairs playing video games?
Joy to the world, the Lord.
I think if you're going to be mad about Christmas music before Thanksgiving or something, then you also need to be mad about Christmas music after the new year, because if you're all about we should only play Christmas music during Christmas time, then I don't think you get to only be upset about one way. I think you got to be all or nothing, I think. Cuz how is it any different? How is it any different to be upset about listening to music too early as opposed to too late? It's not Christmas time, so you shouldn't be listening to it.
Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns.
No, I don't want it.
Their songs implore.
Are there any local yarn stores around your area or up into the Highland Milford area? I can't really give you any good information about the Milford area. I really don't know. I know a new one opened up in Livonia recently, which is not that close. That's a little closer to me. And that's where my family lives. But I haven't even made it over there yet. I haven't been in there before, but I do know that there's a new one in Livonia.
Sing joy, sing joy, sing joy. He rules the world with truth
Holland,
and grace.
just say you're bad at multitasking. It's okay. I just don't... Here's what I don't understand. I don't understand why it's such a difficult thing to enjoy Thanksgiving while also listening to Christmas music. Why do the two have to be mutually exclusive? I don't think they do. I love enjoying Thanksgiving while also having Christmas music playing. I think it just enhances the merriment and enjoyment for me. And I don't think everybody has to do that. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But don't come after me. I'm just living my life. I'm just having myself a merry little Christmas and Thanksgiving. If I wasn't so busy, my house would already be decorated for Christmas. But I truly don't even know how much decorating I'm going to get around to this year at all, because I just don't know when I'm going to have the time, you guys. I will be in Newport and Trenton too, but probably only on Sunday. Well, dang, I'm doing an event, I'm doing a market in Trenton, but not this Saturday, next Saturday. And that's Saturday, not Sunday. Hello. In my old age. Wish my family would decorate after Thanksgiving, but we never do until at least December 1st, sadly. I feel like, I mean, my thing has always been, if I'm going to go through all the trouble of decorating my house, I'm going to enjoy it for more than a month. Because it's way too much work to do all that to just have it up for 25 days or 30 days. I think you should do a crochet Baes retreat. We would love to. We would love to, and it's something that we would like to make happen. Logistically, obviously, it's a little tricky, but we do really want to make that happen one day. My usual bad timing. Well, Amy, I don't know what plans you have on Sunday when you're going to be in Newport and Trenton, but Wyandotte and Wyandotte Family Church is not too far from Trenton if you want to, that's where I'll be on Sunday. Michael is making so many interesting sound effects downstairs while he's playing video games. Yeah, I get that, Kim. And, Holland, if we have our way, it will be a lot sooner than 2030. Oh my goodness, Samantha, so you were really decorating last minute. Anytime after July works for me. To be honest, you guys, I just have always been a Christmas girly. I've always loved Christmas, so as soon as Halloween is over, it's Christmas time for me. For me personally. It just makes me happy. We'll be at church with my stepson and his family. He is on staff at South Point. Oh, really? I might know your stepson. I know a few people at South Point.
I've got a thought, dear, been planning on my own. So what would you think?
Oh, that's cute, Samantha.
Us making a clean getaway, not coming back till New Year's Day. Let's go to
I think that's probably 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. So one more of this main part of this.
Let's go to Paris for Christmas this year. Wishing our troubles away. Let's go to Paris for Christmas.
These cozies, depending on where the yarn is at, has been kind of a fun little ombre situation. And this one has definitely gone dark at the bottom to light at the top. It's pretty.
I think we deserve as much. Two first
Okay. I mean, I don't think I know him by just the name, but I might know him if I saw him.
So let's make a clean
But that's cool. Small world, Amy. Small world.
and not come back till New Year's Day. Let's
How many cozies are you up to? Well, in this live, just this one. I was working on a hooded scarf up until very recently. I was finishing up that hooded scarf, so this is just the first cozy we've gotten to tonight. I did make 2 cozies yesterday, actually. On the way to the market, and then I made one when I was at the market when it started. Excuse me. I think I inhaled a fiber and it went to the back of my throat. When it was like toward the end of the market and it really slowed down, I crocheted a second one then. And I think those are the only other cozies I've made since the vlog. Nope, I made one more during the week too. So I think this is the 4th cozy I've made since the Cup Cozy Challenge vlog. Yes, I finished the second one. It's right here. It's all done. And it turned out so pretty.
Let's go to Paris for Christmas this year.
In the middle of the night, oh, inhaling fibers?
For Christmas
That would definitely not be fun.
this year. Let's go to Paris for Christmas.
Oh, and just in case you guys are keeping up with this and we're wondering, we do have the new couches that Michael picked up set up in the basement now. And they're both like power reclining. It's very comfy. Very comfy, very cozy. Michael and I hung out and watched a show downstairs and grabbed some Chinese food and just like chilled after I got home from my market last night. And after a while, he ended up playing some video games with one of his friends last night. And I got a pillow and a blanket and I just laid down on the couch and stretched out and watched a show, and it was quite lovely. Especially the polyfill. Yikes. What is #1 gift idea to give to a best friend? Ooh, I feel like it depends on the best friend and what they like. Give us a little more info. What kind of stuff do they like? What's the vibe? Oh, I'm sorry, Mary Jo. We'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we're gonna make a few adjustments to the basement. Michael's building a little entertainment unit thing to go underneath the TV. He's got like some plans made up of what he wants to do. And then he also is getting a cat tree for the basement for the kitties down there that he can put by his work desk so that they can be cozy next to him while he's working. He spoils them so much. And then he also wants to build some stuff on the walls down there. Like stairs and bridges and like little things so they can run around and like climb around on the walls. He's gonna reuse some of the wood from the couch that we built that we had in there previously to do some stuff on the walls. She's my age, loves to crochet, loves decorating her room and clothes, and her birthday's also right after Christmas. So I always try to make her birthday special since most of her family doesn't. Oh, that's really sweet. Well, you could make her a super cute garland for her room, like something she could hang across like a window or a mirror or something. There's so many cute garland patterns out there. Or you could do a little like hat and scarf set. Garland was the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know why. Can you do a video on your Cocoa Bomb business? You know, I think it wouldn't hurt to do one video. I don't want to make it like, it's not going to be the main focus of my content because this is my crochet account. But it could be a fun like crochet adjacent thing to show you guys like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I'm doing on the weekends. And I suppose, you know, I bring my cup cozies to my markets, so there's a little bit of crossover there. Maybe I should do a poll on my community tab on YouTube here and see like who would be interested in a vlog dedicated to, you know, to the hot cocoa bomb side of things. I have to make her a cow garland. The hot cocoa be a guest appearance. So sorry I'm late. What are you working on? No problem. The lives are very much like a hangout if you can when you can, so it's not like I'm marking you tardy or anything. We are working on some more cup cozies. I don't know if you've had a chance to catch my latest vlog, but we made a bunch of cup cozies. And I already need to make more because I sold 9 of them at my market yesterday, and I'm sending 5 of them to the flower shop where my stuff is going to be in a physical store again. So I already need to make more, which is a good problem to have. Okay, so I'm glad to know that there's a couple people that would be interested in such a video. I was thinking about, I'm like, man, if I brought you guys to a market with me, like my vlog camera and everything, I wonder how much of that I would be able to show, because I feel like I'd be so focused on the market that I would be forgetting to take video clips, or like it would be too busy. I don't know. Like, I'd love to take you guys along with me to a market, but I don't know how feasible that would be, which I know I can obviously show you guys the during the week stuff in the kitchen, making the bombs, packaging, like all that kind of stuff. But the actual market itself, I wonder how much I would. I mean, I guess I could try and download one of my lives when I go live at the market, and I could pull little clips from that. But cow garland would definitely be cute. If she likes to crochet, I would say maybe a customized crochet hook for her. We know a few people who make hooks we can point you towards if need be. That's true. Most people think I'm older, though. Someone once thought I was already married with a baby. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought you were older. Which, I mean, I guess, you know, I don't know if you take that as a compliment. You should. There's nothing wrong with that. Love market vlogs, even just a couple clips. And you don't even have to talk if you're too busy. That's very sweet, Hannah. In the video, you said this is your last hot cocoa bomb year. So sad. I would love a video of the process. Yeah, it's bittersweet. I'm excited that this side of things is growing, and I am excited to focus my attention on one thing instead of trying to divide my attentions. But I do love a lot about hot cocoa bombs, and there's a lot about it that I will miss, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I will not miss the busyness, and I will not miss having all of my weekends spoken for. It's been 6 years since I've had a holiday season where I could just like relax. Which is not to say that my holiday season is going to magically be super slow and that there's not going to be anything going on. Obviously, there will still be other events. I want to do Vlogmas here next year, so that's going to be, you know, time. I'll still have my winter Berg boxes to get together and put out, but like, I am very excited at the idea of, you know, sleeping in on a Saturday and going and getting breakfast with Michael instead of having to like wake up early and pack up the car and unload at the event and set up and then tear down and load up and then come back home and then unload the stuff out of the car. And it's like a whole thing, you know, and it's very tiring, and I am excited to be done with that part of it. Okay. Would Emily or Michael or another friend be willing to film a bit from a market for you? That's possible. I mean, I don't... Oh, goodness. We would probably... I think during the market, it would be easier to do that. The part that I think would be chaotic is like during the setup part. I guess I just really need to make sure that I would have like my nice hard case for my camera with me and everything, because it's just like, you guys know, when you're setting up for a market, like there's so many things getting tossed and thrown and setting things on the ground and picking things up, and I just would hate for my camera to get like damaged in some type of way. So I feel like I would want to have it like locked down until I know that it's not going to get bumped or knocked over or whatever. That's the part that worries me. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I just use my phone for the market, like to take clips. Maybe I don't bring my actual vlog camera. I feel like that would make me a little more willing to take clips throughout the process, because I wouldn't be as worried about like, where's my vlog camera? Is it is it safe? Because I just feel like that environment is a little chaotic, and it would be a lot more likely that something could get, you know, something could happen to my camera than when I'm just like sitting at home doing vlogs. Custom hook, great idea. Always get that. Doesn't matter to me either way. I don't fit in with anyone my age at my church, so this community has been awesome. Aw. Honestly, if your friend loves to crochet, like a little crochet kit is always a super cute thing. Like you could do the hook and grab a little bit of yarn and like a cute little tote bag. Like you could totally put together. I did that for my niece last year for Christmas, because she was just really kind of getting excited about the idea of learning to crochet. So I got her a tote bag and I filled it with like yarn and cute hooks and stitch markers and scissors, and like just kind of got her like her little first kind of starter kit for crochet, and she was so excited. She's definitely like, I mean, she's young, but she was at the phase where it was like having all the stuff was more exciting than actually crocheting, which I knew that, but I don't care. I figured she'll probably use it one day, even if she's not ready to really fully get into the craft yet. She's definitely like the whole collecting yarn as a hobby. She's like collecting all the little tools and stuff. That's what she loves. This is done. We just need to add a patch, so let's do that. Always been more comfortable around older folks for friends, so people always assume I'm older than I am. I think it doesn't help that I had my kids young. I have a 14-year-old, but I'm only 34. It's like, it's chill. You can hang out with whoever, it's fine. Okay, I gotta get my patches out. I have a big pile of them. I still have this black and gold Christmas tree. I don't think I'm going to use that for this one, but it is a pretty one. I do have a brown Christmas tree one. I've already done a Baby It's Cold Outside for this yarn. I don't think I've done a Save Water Drink Cocoa though. So that one could be cute. I think I have done a Hot Chocolate Weather for this one. And then let's see, these are all Grinch. Oh, that's it. That's all I... Oh, okay. These are the only non-Grinch ones I have, other than these two church ones, which I just don't feel like these are... I don't know. I don't know if I like these for cup cozies. But also, you guys, look at how pretty this is. The shading and the, like, detail of it. That's so pretty. This is in my vintage Christmas collection. And I make these as patches or tags. And I just love it. I think it's so pretty. Okay, let's see. That's true, she did make worms for my decor. The only video I've ever had on my TikTok that's gone semi-viral. Yes, lots of cozy vibes. Back, welcome back. Well, we didn't quite use all the yarn here, so I think I'm gonna make one more with this green colorway so that we can use it all up. And I have another cake of it that I can tie onto. So it's not like we'll have used up all of it, but we'll have used up this one. Ouch! Oh, my skin right here is really dry and peeling, and it keeps catching on all the fibers, and I'm entertaining the idea of putting a band-aid on to keep it from catching, because it's really not feeling good. can just hear Murdoch galloping back and forth. She's playing with something, and you just hear her galloping up and down the hallway, back and forth, back and forth. Scrunchie number 5. I usually put a band-aid on. Yeah, I get annoyed with band-aids. They like sensory, like I hate how it's like in the way feeling, but also I also don't like how this is feeling either, so. Working on the motivation to move. It really hurts. I need to be more, I need to be more proactive about making sure to put, like, moisturizer and lotion and stuff on my hands. My hands get really dry and cracked during this, not cracked, but they get really dry during this season when I'm constantly washing my hands in the cold air and stuff when I'm working on hot cocoa bombs. It's just, it's not a good combination. Okay. We did it. She's pretty cute. We'll keep her right here. I am gonna go put a band-aid on. Well, actually, let me see. Because it was really bothering me when I was having to, like, reach into the cozy for, like, weaving in ends and stuff. But now that I'm not doing that, it might not bother me as much. We'll see. A hexagon pullover. Cute. Thank you, Seta. Tried to clean up my room and gave up. I'm telling you, the cup cozies, I don't know what it is about them. They're so fun to make. I'm like, it's a good thing that this is the thing that I need to, like, mass produce for my markets, because I don't mind making these over and over again. I am going to go after I finish this one, though. I need to get in bed after this one. I just heard Michael, he's signing off of his game for the night, so he's going to be coming up to bed soon, so I guess that's good timing. You're in the post-market haze, Holland. Making a hungry caterpillar and all the food pieces from the book. And also a giant Rubik's Cube beanbag chair. That is so cool. Both those projects are awesome. I have this magnesium lotion, and it's supposed to be for, like, helping with muscle soreness and, like, cramps and stuff. I like leg cramps. I bought it initially when I was marathon training, and I would use it on my calf muscles because my calves would get really tight, and it would help. First of all, it's supposed to help you sleep a little bit, but it also would help me with my legs cramping up like at night when I would sleep. But as an added bonus, it also is extremely moisturizing and hydrating. So that's what I use now on my hands. It's like heavy duty stuff. And I found that usually works pretty well. But I haven't been using it regularly enough for it to really make a good difference. I need my rest. I really am excited to be able to go live. I mean, like, we're doing it, obviously. I've only missed 1 week, I think, since I started last week. But I'm really excited to be able to do lives after Hot Cocoa Bomb season, where it's not like I have this one moment in my week in between the chaos and the crazy to like stop and crochet and hang out with you guys. I think it's gonna be really fun to have some lives where I'm in a more laid back time frame, you know, and we could just hang out, and there's not like, okay, I got, you know, a couple hours and then I gotta get right back to it. It'll just be nice to feel like there's more margin to hang out and not have to worry about the very busy week ahead. I don't know that it will make a difference to you guys, but it will make a difference for me. They are awful. Yeah. It's worth trying it. Like, I just got a bottle of magnesium lotion from Amazon. It wasn't anything like crazy special. And it's not very expensive. It doesn't smell great, at least the kind that I got. But that's not why I bought it, so I don't really care. It doesn't necessarily smell bad. It's just like, it doesn't smell good. It's kind of just like this, oh, okay. Oh, there are some times where I'm stressed, and I feel like you can definitely tell. Mostly in my Hot Cocoa Bomb lives, not necessarily here, but I mean, there have been some TikTok crochet lives where I'm stressed as well. But I think what's happened is I've learned myself a little better. Like, I know myself better now than I did a couple of years ago, and I know what my limit is. And there are times before where I would have gone live regardless of how I was feeling because I felt like I needed to. Whereas now, if I'm truly stressed to the point where it's gonna come through, I just don't go live. Because I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, that's not the vibe I want to bring to the function, you know? So I really only, like, even if I'm quote unquote stressed or busy, there's a limit of, like, I can set that to the side and have fun. And then there's some times where it's like, if I'm really that stressed out, then I just am not gonna go live. Cozy, cozy, cozy. Yeah, well then there you go. I mean, especially if it's a lotion that is serving a specific purpose. That's why I'm like, I don't really care that it doesn't really smell good, because I'm not using it for that purpose. I need it to do something specific.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing.
Okay, so I only have a certain amount of cozies left, or sorry, patches left, for non-Grinch cozies. I guess I might have to make some more, but based on the ones that I have, what should I attach to this one? I have hot chocolate weather. I have baby it's cold outside. And I have the tree, which is a brown instead of the caramel, but that's fine. Which one do you guys think I should do with this cozy that I'm making now? I think I already have one of each of the... I know for sure I have a baby it's cold outside. I don't know if I sold it yesterday or not. And I think I did a hot chocolate weather one too, but it's not like, you know, the end of the world if I have two of the same. Sounds like a plan, Holland. Hello, April. Hot cocoa, tree. Okay, so I got 1 vote for hot chocolate weather and 3 votes for the tree. 4 votes for the tree, 5. Okay, I think the tree is the winner. That would be the one out of the options that I haven't. I definitely haven't done the green with the tree, which I guess that's cute. That makes sense because like this is like a pine tree color, you know, like the color of a tree. It'll be cute. Minority rules. We're so close to using up all of this green yarn. I don't actually remember what the pattern says specifically. I'm using a 4.25 currently. That's what I like to use for it. I don't know if I don't remember if that's what the pattern exactly calls for though. The yarn spindle is from Amazon. I have it in my Amazon storefront. I swear by this thing. It's like my favorite way to crochet is using a spindle. And I believe I have my storefront in the description of this video, or at least there's a link to my link tree, I think, which has my storefront in there.
See the blazing you'll be for us. Fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes. Fa la 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 la.
We're at that point. Okay.
Hail the new year, lads and lasses. Fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. Fa la 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 la. Deck the halls with boughs of olive. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. Draw the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la.
Yeah, I've definitely like made this pattern my own in a couple different ways over the years, so I don't follow the pattern 100% exactly at this point. Just got my first booth inside a mall to be a storefront for my plushies and wearables. That is so exciting, April! Yay! Yes. Ugh, which, speaking of coloring and staying in the lines, I feel the need to share this with you guys. I shared this with our group chat, so Holland has already seen this, and Kim has already seen this if she's still here. But I don't know how many of you might play Stardew Valley. It's been a minute since I've really played very much, but I really enjoy Stardew Valley. And I am not a knitter. I don't know how to knit at all. But these knit socks, you guys, they almost make me want to learn to knit. I think they're the most gorgeous knit socks I've ever seen. They are colorwork, like amazing colorwork knit socks based on all 4 seasons of Stardew Valley. You guys. Okay. Look at this. Are you kidding me? That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Look at the chickens. What? I need that. I want to make them. Ugh. if I were to learn to knit, socks would be probably where I would start, but not those socks. Okay, guys, we're officially adding on a new cake here. And you know what? That's exactly who makes me feel like I want to try knitting socks too, is Annie. I keep thinking I need to message Annie and see if she wants to come on the podcast again, and just do a yarn and yap. But like me, Megs, and Annie. Usually yarn and yaps are just me and Megs. And I just feel like there's probably about 20 to 30 minutes of us just talking that I cut out of the last episode, because we just went on tangent, just the three of us talking about whatever. And I was like, we could do a whole episode of this. And I want to see if we can have her back on soon and just yarn and yap. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, they're so pretty. I don't have enough hands for that. That's funny. I'm thinking sometime in the new year we can make that happen, because we've got our episodes all mapped out through the end of the year. So maybe sometime in the new year, pretty soon, we can have her on again. Allie! Also, a joined live would be fun. That would be fun. I don't know what her schedule is like, or if she would be open to something like that, but I suppose it couldn't hurt to shoot my shot. Oh my goodness. I am getting tired, you guys. But I am determined to finish this cozy. Well, hey, you guys, we finished off another skein of yarn just now. We used it up completely. What a good feeling. What a feeling. Have you talked Megs into a channel yet? Not actively. I think she created one, but I haven't convinced her to actually like record and edit a video yet. I did see that. I haven't actually watched it, but I did see that she went live with her. I'm like, that's really cool. I know she's done lives before. And like she's come on the podcast and we've talked several times, and she's awesome. I guess like having her on the podcast is one thing. I don't want to make it seem like I would hate for it to come off as like, oh, I just want to like grow from your audience, because obviously she has way more subscribers than I do on YouTube. So I would hate for it to come across as like, hey, you have a ton of subscribers, want to go live together so I can get a bunch of them? Which like that would not be the motive. But I just wouldn't want it to come off that way. Megs and I have had some conversations about YouTube channels, and she's on the fence about it. Part of her wants to do it a lot, and then part of her does not want to do it. Her biggest hang up is the editing part. That's the part that she really doesn't want to do. Which I get. I actually really enjoy video editing, so like that part is not a struggle for me, and it's something that I've done for a long time. Like I really enjoyed doing that as a teenager. So I already had that like kind of built in for me, but that's something that she hasn't really done other than like short form TikTok stuff. And even then, like, she doesn't do a whole lot of editing to her videos. So I think that's like that's the biggest roadblock for her. Elise Rose would be a really great person to have on the podcast. I've thought the same thing. After watching some of her videos, I'm like, maybe we should reach out to her. There's several people that I feel like I've discovered on YouTube since starting YouTube and just watching more crochet vlogs that I'm like, that they would be really cool to have on the podcast. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, she's been super, super kind and sweet, sharing my stuff. Dana's another one that I've thought would be really, really fun to have on the podcast. Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. One more main round. Yeah, there are a lot.
Should have been done by now. Seems we're running late. Let's put the food on the table fast as we're able. Guests are coming at 8.
Right. And like, obviously guests aren't the main thing that we do, but we're totally open to having different guests. But it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that would be really fun to have on the podcast. Yeah, she's on my list, Hannah. Dana's like the next person on my list that I want to send a box to, and she does have a P.O. box. I checked. Because I was interested in sending her a box, and I was kind of seeing like how many boxes I was going to have of my fall box. And as of right now, by the way, guys, if you're interested in getting the Berg box, the fall one, I have 8 left until they're completely gone. So if you've been entertaining the idea of subscribing, there are currently 8 left. And if I send one to Dana, there would be 7. But that was kind of the plan, is like if I had leftovers that I would just send them to various YouTubers and stuff. And she's like at the top of the list, because I do feel like everything in there would really fit her vibe. Serena, I don't know if I have. I have been so busy that the Crochet Baes email has fallen on my list of priorities, unfortunately. That's what I'm saying, Holland. I just... I don't want to like talk trash about TikTok because TikTok obviously did so much for me when I first started everything. And I always will have a special place in my heart for TikTok, but holy cow, they're making it really hard to want to stick around. Oh yeah, Amy, I think you'll like it. If you enjoy what's going on here on this account, you will enjoy the podcast, and there's over 80 episodes for you to listen to. And they're pretty much all around an hour-ish. There's a couple that are a little bit less, but most of them are more than an hour. I heard Michael sign off from whatever game he was playing, but he has not come upstairs yet. Which is just as well, because I still have 2 more rounds until I'm finished with this. But I'm surprised that he hasn't come up yet. Precisely, Amy. The link is in the description of this video too, I believe. To the podcast, I think. Or at least the information is written in there if it's not a direct link. I'm trying to remember what our first episode was that was in video form. We've been doing that for like probably, close to 10 episodes now have been in video. The earlier ones are just audio. But semi-recently we started doing them as video podcasts. So you can listen to just the audio on Spotify. But you can also watch the more recent ones on Spotify as well. Only on Spotify with the video though. Anywhere else is just audio. Last round. And then we're going to sew on a patch, weave in our ends, and we will be done for tonight. Fake fan.
I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything. the good times with you. Baby, this
That's right. I know. I think we're subconsciously trying to entice people to come over to Spotify to watch.
isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas
You did. You did.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up.
All right, Amy.
These are the good times with
We'll see you later. I hope you sleep well tonight.
baby. This year it's just gonna
I mean, you sent a picture of it, of you wearing your sweater in the chat, so.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh,
Okay, friends. You did.
Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you.
Sorry, guys.
Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again. To see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. And I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Okay. Time to add the patch. And we're going to do the Christmas tree one, as per everyone except for Holland's input. Any of the options would have been cute. I'm certainly not the authority on that, Hannah, but my best guess would be you could do like a link to a Google form and have people enter via that. Maybe? Oh, whoopsies, Allie. Somebody else in the chat might have better ideas than me, though. Ouch. Cute. All right, friends. Here's our second cozy of the evening, all finished. Here's both of them together. Cute. And we also finished a wild oleander hooded scarf as a commissioned order, so that will be sent out, and these will be added to my inventory for future hot cocoa bomb markets, and I'm sure we'll make more cozies this week because we have more markets where more cozies will be needed. Words are hard. And part of that is due to the fact that I am tired, so it's gonna be a good night from me to you at this point. Yes, they could do that. Yep. In the Google form, you can have them put their email in. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this live. It was good to come back and hang out after a week of not being able to go live. I do anticipate we will be able to have our normal Sunday evening live this next week because the weekend is not going to be super duper crazy because I'm having my open house instead of going and setting up somewhere. But look forward to a vlog all about getting stuff ready for being in a physical store again. That will probably be this Friday or maybe Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I want to upload it early since I accidentally uploaded the video that was supposed to be for Friday. I uploaded it like, Wednesday or Tuesday or something. So we're going on like longer than usual in between uploads, but we'll see. Whenever that gets uploaded, I hope you will enjoy it, and I will see you live next week. Good night, everyone.